Again, I'm just going to quickly go through how I sharpen these. So it's sharp at the moment, or reasonably sharp. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the unthinkable and flatten it. Now that's not sharp. I can run my finger along there and it's not putting in. It's leaving a dent, as you can see. But so 1000 grit stone, 6000. Here's the 1000. Make sure it's wet. And we've got a grinding edge in now. Didn't take long. Just a few strokes each side like that. Now the whole idea of this 1000 stone, this is it for grinding and edging. A little bit more. Right, I think we've got an edge. Once you've actually got a sharp edge, that's the grinding finished. Now wet your stone again, and we're just going to hone it on the 1000, going backwards. So that way you're cutting into the blade, this way you're honing the blade. Just do that twice each side, like so. Let's get my stone wet. Now turn the stone over to the 6000. And then you're going to do the same again. Hone, hone. So all you're doing is honing. You're not grinding. You're just straightening the edge out now. We've already got it sharp. We just need to refine that edge now. This puts relatively big scratches in the edge, and then these take those bigger scratches down to smaller scratches. Because obviously the smoother it is, the smaller the scratches on the edge itself, the less friction you're going to get when you cut through something, i.e. your stubble or your beard or hair or whatever it is you're cutting. We're just going to hone that a few times, maybe half a dozen times each side, like so. It's nice and smooth, keeping the blade super flat. Relative pressure, not too hard. Let the stone do the work, like so. Now what you do, get yourself a nice soft piece of wood, like so. You just want to, like right on the edge of here now, you're going to have micro bevels and micro serrations. So just to get rid of the bevel, sorry, not the bevel, the burr, you're going to have a micro burr on there. So we just draw it through a piece of wood. Let's do it twice. Oops. Twice. Practically no pressure at all. You're just letting it just sort of do that. So we're finished with the stone now. No, we haven't, sorry. Once you've deburred it on the soft piece of wood, we want to come back to the stone and we want it super light pressure this time. Really light pressure. Just bring it back 2 more times, like so. We're finished with the stone now. Now what I do, I'll find it. I've got you might have seen one of my previous videos, I cut this out of an old, it was an old gentleman's wallet type thing. I took it used to fold up like that, and you used to open it up and it used to have pouches in and so on. So I've basically took it apart. I've got a nice flat, super soft, probably 30, 40, 50 years old this leather, maybe, yeah. So clean the blade, wipe the water off the blade just with a soft towel or a bit of paper tissue or something like so. And then what I use, as long as it's flat, so you can, if you wish, this is just newspaper and it's wrapped in, I'll show you what it's wrapped in. It's a ceramic tile that you find in your bathroom. Maybe your friend's got one in the garage, or you could pick one up for a few pence somewhere, or no doubt someone you know has got an old tile. Luckily for me, I've got this, it's quite a large tile. Now what you can use newspaper if you wish. This is for honing. I think I read somewhere, or someone told me that newspaper, it's the equivalent of about 20,000 grit, which is like a really fine Japanese waterstone type thing. I did hear somewhere that a decent Japanese waterstone of about 20-30,000 grit can cost you in excess of, well, we're talking hundreds if not $1,000 or more. So you can see why, people with not much money aren't going to go out and buying them. I mean, I bought me double-sided waterstone for about 18 quid UK money, which you get 2 stones for one, so that's 9 quid a stone, which ain't bad. So you can, if you wish, you can hone on the newspaper like so, keeping it nice and flat, medium pressure, and you can do it on newspaper if you wish. But this, for me, is probably an intermediary stage between the 6000 and the leather. So it's back and forth like so. And don't forget, I blunted this. I showed you at the beginning, I blunted it on the 1000 stone. I've been going 7 minutes, and I've been talking and waffling and explaining. So just do that, half a dozen, maybe 10 times each side, keeping it nice and flat, like so. Then what I do, I go on to my leather. I've got this nice soft suede side. Obviously you can buy strops, if you can make a perfectly good strop with a cheap bit of leather you find floating about, it isn't thick, but it'll do the job just as well. And you've got a nice, solid, hard, firm backing for this to stay perfectly flat. I mean, most knives, yeah, you can use on a thick strop, and the leather will have a little bit of give. As you bring the blade across, the leather will give a little bit, but this won't give it all. Because it's such a precision blade, you need this to be super flat for a straight razor anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do exactly the same again, just on the soft suede on the inside, like so. Just do that, maybe half a dozen to maybe 10, 20 times a side, 10 times per side or something like that. Just do that, nice and smooth. Obviously, ideally, I would have this leather stuck down, and this is just for the purposes of this video. So I've done that maybe 10 times per side or so, like so. And then what you're going to do, or rather, what I'm going to do, I mean, I've watched loads of videos of sharpening knives over the last year or two, and I've really got into it the last, few months really. I have been doing it for years, but I haven't really given it the time, effort and dedication it needs to really understand what's going on and how to get the blade as sharp as you need it. So we've done that maybe 15-20 times per side. I'm going to turn it over now. And now we've got just the smooth, soft leather side, which is really nice and soft and malleable, and had years and years of wear, and it's just lovely and soft. Right, so we're going to do exactly the same again, just on the soft leather side this time. Same again, back and forth, like so. Well, you can use rubbing compounds and pastes, and I mean, I've got various ones here with various pastes on, and various belts with other various pastes on. I mean, this is a honing one I made. This is rubbing compound on a thin piece of leather, and this is scratch remover, but that didn't work out as well. And this leather belt I bought was a little bit on the rough side, to be honest. It's too textured, and it wasn't doing the job I wanted it to. So we'll just keep going. We'll do that maybe just another few times. And within 5-10 minutes of blunt, 5-10 minutes of blunting the blade on the 1000 stone, 5 minutes work really. You ground the edge back in, and once the edge is there, you just need to make that edge just nice and crisp. That's all you need to do, just like so. You can spend hours doing this, but it's not necessary. So we've done that a few times. And as you come to the end, put lighter and lighter pressure on. Hardly press down on the blade at all. Just let it run across the leather, like so. So, in the space of 11 minutes, and a lot of waffling from me, we've took a blade from sharp-ish to blunt, after blunting in it, to grinding and edging, to honing it on the 6000 stone, a few strokes on the newspaper, a few strokes on the suede side of the leather, and a few strokes on the leather side of the leather. And I would pretty much be happy to go and have a shave with this now. But as is customary on YouTube, I suppose I should cut some of my arm hair or something, just to show you that what I've just gone through has actually worked, and you could shave with it anytime you like. I mean, it has got a nice polished edge. It's not super highly polished, but it's certainly ample for shaving. So let's see if I can shave a bit of hair for you. I hope you can see my arm. I've got quite a lot of hair there. Let's just see if I can shave a bit off for you. I hope you can see this. Let's just see that that's shaved. Okay, it could be a little bit sharper. But yes, it's definitely shaving, as you can see. Yes, you can maybe see the hairs on here. I mean, to have a proper clean shave with that, I would do a little bit more work on here. But you know, trial and error. Do whatever takes your fancy. But I have gone from blunt to shaving sharp in 5-6 minutes. Obviously, if you spend 20 minutes on it, an extra bit on the newspaper, an extra bit on that, extra bit on this, and you'll just get a really, really nice keen edge. Well, someone's found that helpful, a quick, easy way of getting your barber's razor from blunt to shaving sharp in next to no time. Well, thanks very much. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.